Let's get started. So, sounds looks good. So, sorry again for yesterday's recording. That was my bad. That there was no sound. So hopefully it will get better today. So first, good morning everyone. I hope you had a great evening. Great morning so far as well. And ready for another beautiful day in the stock market. So let's start this session with the usual market review. So TLMM dashboard for the Nasdaq as always. I'm looking always the same thing. So price. We're getting slowly more and more information as we go through this week. Friday was pretty nasty. We are trying to stabilize. That's the way I see it so far. We didn't reconfirm that could happen today, but I don't see yet a full reconfirmation of the trend. But I do see some constructive action that we can build into today and in the next session, so tomorrow to close the week. So essentially, like we discussed yesterday morning, so we are retesting that base area. We are retesting the 21 DMA structure. We had a nice inside day on Monday. And then yesterday, quite the constructive action is, let me just bring that here. We see it better. So we had that base structure retest, that potential high-low structure. So we never really retested Friday's low. And yesterday, the constructive action that I'm seeing is we closed above that inside day high pivot. So the daily reversal that I'm usually looking into to kind of reconfirm the uptrend. That's a bit weak, right? That's not a good close. We didn't close above the 21 DMA structure itself, but that's a step in the right direction, and that's the first step that you want to see. So today, do we follow through on that or not? That will be the tell of this market. So far, futures, and that's a bit the same story on the Nasdaq futures. Seems that we're reclaiming the 21 DMA structure. We are reclaiming that reversal pivot on the Nasdaq as well. So far, good action into the open, but we'll have to see if it really carry into the session or we see some fading action like yesterday and the prior day as well. So let's see if we can build on that constructive action. Momentum still hook up from the oversold level still in play. We're having a small pullback, maybe a higher low, and we continue higher. The better news, I think, is really that breadth seems to really expand from that oversold reading that we had on Friday. So that was a deeper oversold reading that we've had since kind of April. So that means something. That's usually where those nicer trend and broader trend takes place. And we were having those lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and contraction on the right side. And if we can follow through on that today, that would be the first time that we're really making a new higher high on the short-term breadth extension as well. So that's nice to see. It means that the market wants to kind of get out of that lower high structure. And yeah, I'm optimistic by nature. So when I see that, that scenario that we discussed yesterday morning about either that we have a broadening out of the trend with that next leg higher, or that's a negative divergence and the market kind of breaks down as it's getting very thinner and thinner and thinner. But yeah, if breadth expands, then that first scenario takes place, and our job is to participate, have exposure, and yeah, participate in that uptrend. That's our job. So other thing is McClellan. So we had a very small hookup yesterday, slightly green, so 0.06. So, but mainly flat for the last 2 days. So let's see if we have good bread today, good bread trust, we could see a hookup again on the McClellan summation and a reclaim of the 10-day moving average. And that would kind of resume the uptrend that we started at the mid-September. So we could go back into that more easy environment and resume that next leg higher. That's what we want to see. TLMM signal model signal is on an uptrend attempt. So basically we have that small hookup price above the 21 EMA. So we're attempting that new uptrend, and like I said, we'll see if that follows through today. Internals are looking good. So yesterday, credit spreads continued their pullback. We're right into the 21 DMA structure. So that's an area of pivotal structure. So let's see if we can break down from here, or we find support. Every good trend, new uptrend takes place when we get below that daily structure. So that's when you are really good risk on market. Volatility subside and you can get into a more easy money market. So we want to see that break that daily structure and start to trend lower from there. That's what we want to see to confirm the good market. Same thing from VIX. We had a couple days of high volatility right into that structure, right? We discussed that already, and now it starts to look a bit like this June range at right at the top of that structure. So that's what I'm looking personally, some kind of high volatility range contraction, and then if we can break that range to the downside, then we have confirmation from the VIX as well, that the market is getting better and better and less volatility is expected in the near future. That's what the VIX measures. Bitcoin still not playable for me, but it's getting constructive, and that's what we wanted to see from here. So when you see that initial leg down, we had good support, then we rallied into a declining daily structure, and you know me now, I don't want to engage there. That's overhead supply, right? So you want to see how it reacts to the rejection. Do we make a new low and break that base, or my second screen doesn't work. It seems to work fine, to be honest. I see them both. Can someone confirm that the screen is working? What? What the fuck is happening? But do you see my screen, guys? Hmm. Discord sucks sometimes working for me. So it's so on and off. Only the two small middle one. Yeah, it seems that it's a Discord problem. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything for that. But if it continues, that's kind of the first morning we have that. So let's track it. If we have more problems, then yeah, at least you have my face. That's important, guys. Who cares about the charts? Yeah, so it looks on and off. So let's track it. If it continues in the next few days, I'll try to look for an alternative. But it's so convenient to do those streams into Discord that we'll try to make it work. Okay, so I was talking about okay, I was talking about Bitcoin, right? So what you want to see is basically the how it reacts to the rejection of the daily structure, right? So try OnlyFans. No, thank you. I would make a lot of money though, but no, not for me. Um, that's a good one. um, so yeah, how does it react to the rejection? It tells you a lot of information. Does it reject, makes a new low, in which case we kind of confirm that the downtrend is well in place, or does it make a higher low, which is kind of the first step of constructive action that we can tighten up on the right side and eventually kind of push above the daily structure, and then we get a long setup. So be patient with Bitcoin. If you want to try to time the dip, time the low, that's your thing. But to be honest, this is not mine. So I rather be patient, wait for my setup, wait for the daily structure reclaim, or at least kind of constructive action inside of it. Like this, like this. That's constructive action that you can play. But unless we have that, then it's just trying to guess the low of that downtrend. All right. So we covered the market, we covered the internals, we covered QQQE, the Nasdaq as well. So like I said, daily reversal, full daily structure reclaimed this morning. So this is a good step for the Nasdaq. So now let's review the portfolio and focus list. So first one, snow. So nice surprise this morning. Let's see how it reacts to that gap. So basically, there was a news that they partner with Palantir. I didn't have time to read the news yet, so I will read that this morning. I'm not too aware of the details, but there was some news with Palantir. Um, Partnership with Palantir, integrating their AI data cloud with Palantir's Foundry for improved data analytics. So good news. Let's see if this gaps holds. I have my 2-hour target from my had yesterday, so that was a timely had. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes luck is on your side, but the setup was there. So um, you put yourself in the situation to be lucky. That's always the same thing and how it works. Um, TEM, so still in play, gapping up right into the reversal pivot. So a bit same game plan as yesterday. So yeah, I went away and kept my position overnight. Um, because that's just how the market works recently. So you have to take that overnight risk as long as I don't like the current backdrop with the trade war and all that. I just know that that's how the market works recently. It likes to fade those reversal pivots, close below, closing range, and then the following day it gaps up and fade again. So you're either in or you're trying to chase that gap and caught in the fade that follow. So that's why I decided to keep my new exposure. So my hat on snow, my hat on tem as well, and core weave. So core weave closed right at the reversal pivot. So that was a bit better price action, but still it was not super strong at the close. So let's see if we can break out from here. So that was nice action to push and close just at the reversal pivot, but we need to push and we need to confirm that reversal pivot reclaim as well. So keep in mind we have that big structure area right here around 155-ish. We had that fail breakout. So that's kind of the second attempt. That's good to see. That's what I want to see. I much prefer being in for the second breakout attempt than the first one. As the breakout traders probably got shaken up, closed their positions, and now will have to chase back up. It will create momentum, and that's where you want to be in the stock. Joby Aviation, so nothing wrong. I didn't push right away and follow through yesterday, but we held that structure area. So as long as we hold that structure and we hold that 21 DMA as well, that trade is the risk. I'm ready to be patient and see how it builds on the right side. And eventually if we can push and fill that gap and push to a new high. Micron trying to make a new high this morning, just nothing to do, trailing the daily structure. MP, so we discussed that yesterday. I was expecting some digestion, and that's what we had. Yes, it's scary to take kind of a 12% drop intraday, but you have to know your levels and you have to know what is normal and not normal. And so far, it is normal. So we retested the Tuesday's low, we closed above. We're still right above the breakout bar high. So if we can build in that range, let the daily structure catch up a bit, that will be a very nice continuation setup. And that's why I like to trim into strength, reduce my position, because if I was full position size, yesterday would have been hard to hold, and it would have been hard for the equity as well to take that 12% drop in that name. So now I'm on my runner. I can be very patient with it as long as it stays above the daily structure, as long as it stays above that base structure. My job is to be patient and let it do what it wants. Oklo, another one that might need to just calm down a bit, digest, and yeah, I'm ready to see that pull back a bit more, maybe even retest that kind of structure. That would be a confluence with the daily structure as well. So I'm not too in a hurry to close that. Very patient with the trailing of the daily structure. VRT, very nice action as well, trying to make a daily reversal here after retesting that recent swing high in that range structure. So yeah, nothing to do. We're just breaking out of that multi-month and year base. And that's the big breakout and next uptrend that we're playing. And so far, we're getting it. So that's a name that I will look to add on pullbacks to the daily structure and trade around that core. Robinhood, A bit in danger today. That will be one that I look at the end of the day if it closed below the daily structure. But as long as it stays in the daily structure, it's still in play. It's still a valid setup, so it's in the focus list. If we reclaim yesterday's high, we have a proper daily reversal confirmation. And that pullback in the daily structure is a good risk reward spot as well. Is it extended? I don't know. What could one could say that it is, but it is one of the top liquid leaders of that market cycle. It's pulling back into the daily structure. Good risk reward, so you have to give this a shot in case it want to climax and just continue that strong uptrend. AMD super strong yesterday, close to a new all-time high. Yes, new all-time high. So again, nothing to do. Just trailing the daily structure here. And yeah, like I said, nothing to do with this name. Let's look at the focus list. What did I have? I know there was new name. So yeah, first new name, CrowdStrike. That's kind of a weird cup and handle setup as well, but there was this this news which created the right side much quicker than usually. But we have our handle, we have our high-low structure as well. We're right into the daily structure. We have our reversal pivot as well to play against. So yeah, nice setup in CrowdStrike. Then I had CarWeave, so gapping up a bit above the reversal pivot. So you can look for some weakness, a bit of a retest of that pivot to engage. Then Robinhood we discussed. SMCI, new name. It's been a long time I've traded in that. So there was that huge run in 2024. Now it's kind of stuck into stage one again. So we had a first attempt here. I like to look how it reacts to that stage one and structure, multi-mount structure. So first time we rally into it, big fade, big crash. Second time we rally into it, big crash. Again, it was on earnings, but still. And right now, third times we rally into it. What do we have? A potential tight area, consolidation just below that area. So that's what I want to see. Some stabilization. Sellers are not coming hard like they were before. Earnings is closed, but there's still time to play that thing. So yeah, I would look at this as even a mini cup and handle pattern here with the handle on the right side, right in the buy area below 1 ATR from the 21 DMA. So even better is to play that on weakness right into the daily structure retest, or you have the daily reversal a bit higher, smaller position size to play this on strength. Snow, I think it's gone. It was in the focus list. And Tem, we discussed that one as well. So gapping up right into the reversal pivot. So you can look for some weakness, some gap fill into that. Maybe we have to retest that structure again, the daily structure maybe. But I would look for some weakness or gap fill at least to play Tem as well. All right, so that's it for the focus list. Now my game plan. I'm now at 80% exposure. I have 1.5 new exposure risk. That's the maximum that I wanted to risk. Keeping in mind as well, again, that we have that US-China trade war. Again, I try to ignore that noise the most I can usually. Uh, but I think it's an important event, important backdrop, and it proved to move the market. But now the market seems to shrug it off a bit. So my job is to participate, to engage, but to manage my risk more tightly and be wiser about how I increase my exposure and how I manage my new exposure risk. So I have those three new risks: snow, TEM, and CoreWeave. So I will not look to open new things, new exposure today, as long as these three don't either gain a lot of traction and close to their two hard targets, or hit their two hard targets and I can de-risk them, take one third off, and reduce my new exposure risk. So that's what I want to do ideally today, is to reduce my new exposure risk, to allow myself to look for new positions. Otherwise, I will not trade today if I'm not able to do that. All right, so that's a game plan for me. Do we have any questions? Now would be the time. So what do I think of PSX? It's not in my universe. It's definitely a strong one. A bit choppy in recently. Um, yeah, just be careful. That's kind of the thing that I see here is a potential bear flag into a declining daily structure. But we're still building high lows. If the market is good, then we have that reversal pivot here. So you can play this as a 21 DMA structure reclaim setup. If it pushed above, that reversal pivot, if it push above the structure, then yeah, it's a long setup. Open, yeah, a bit weak. I was expecting this to build a bit more strongly in the daily structure. It's not dead. We discussed that reversal pivot here. So that's a bit the same setup. So you can look for the daily structure reclaim out of that reversal pivot. But yeah, keep in mind that that's a volatile name as well. So yeah, I would be careful playing kind of the retest of that daily structure, which is now declining. But if it can push above the daily structure, then yes, of course, that's still within the larger structure and wedge we discussed for a few weeks now. So yeah, MDB, it is in my scans. And look at this, guys. I almost included that in my focus list last night, but here's what I did. Does it look like a nice chart to you? That thing is a mess. It's not able to trend. It's super mean reverting. There's gaps and everywhere. So gaps, 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 gaps. It gaps, tighten up, and mean revert. So when I did that, that was a no-go for me. That's a choppy name, not able to trend. So I think there's better stuff out there than trying uh, to be nailing that name for a big move that might not happen. So yeah, I would focus elsewhere. Tesla, yeah, Tesla. I missed my position. Honestly, I shouldn't have sold that on Friday. It was still right at the edge of the daily structure. But I had to manage my risk. And yeah, but I didn't follow my rule. That was my mistake. It's looking very good as a flag into the daily structure. But for me, I decided not to reopen my position um, because earnings are next week. So next Wednesday, for me, does not leave enough time to get proper cushion, and that's why I left it off of the scan. So in TradersLab, I have a 14 days period window. That if the earnings are within that window, it's out of the scan. So that's why it's not in my focus list as well. The setup is great, the name is great, but earnings are a no go for me. SoFi. So yeah, still setting up. We have that higher low. It was in my focus list 2 days ago. We're still having that setup. So we're building that base, right? We have that higher low structure. We have that inside day, daily reversal, reclaim. Yesterday was kind of a digestion bar, pretty standard action. I would look personally at some weakness on that reversal pivot to engage. Uh, it looks a bit choppy on strength. Rips are faded in that kind of supply area. So I would stay away of trying to open that on strength. And like I said, if it retests the 21 EMA, retest that reversal pivot, I think that's a great entry to play that larger base. So yeah, that's an interesting setup. Not in my universe, but you have a base base structure retest. You have a micro ILO. Probably there was some news, right? Don't know what happened Tuesday, but it was a proper kind of downtrend line breakout, full reclaim of the daily structure. Um, Yesterday, kind of digestion, which is expected. So I would look to play this on weakness as it tried to build a higher low, build that right side. But yeah, that's a nice setup. Rocket. Mm, yeah, not for me. Yeah, it's right at the base structure retest. But now it's in a clear downtrend. So wait to have a proper setup. So right now what we have is the initial daily structure, declining daily structure retest. Is it a bear flag and it rolls over? Is it a bear flag, we build a high low? Uh, how will it react on the right side? Will it tighten up? and then if you have a daily structure reclaim, then you have a better setup. Fig. Yeah, that's an IPO. Not for me, to be honest. I hate those IPOs that are stuck in the low range, still below kind of the IPO low range. If you zoom in, there's a setup on the daily structure reclaim and backtest. So yeah, that's one of my setup, but I just don't like the relative strength on this one. It could work. That could be a big winner. I don't know about the lockout period as well on that. So something to look. But yeah, I personally think that there's better stuff. But that's me, right? I I only trade liquid leaders. So when you want me to kind of review those names, the first thing that I see is relative weakness. But again, that's me. So there's definitely a setup if you zoom in, uh, but I just can't ignore that relative weakness. What is it about light, guys? I think I've get this name request about 2 times a day. uh, yeah, light is setting up, but not quite ready yet. And that's the same thing that I explained in the Q&A this morning and yesterday as well. So when I see that huge run up, without giving away the daily structure, uh, and you have a nice strong uptrend, then climatic move, and you get kind of that basing action, I'm kind of a bit careful with that because it might need more time to digest that climatic move, and maybe trend a bit below the daily structure. I don't know for sure. If you just zoom in, there's a setup on that reversal pivot and daily structure reclaim. Um, but I don't know, when I zoom out and see that huge trend with that climatic action, I just tell myself that okay, maybe it needs a bit more time to just digest that move it just had. Yeah, it's definitely a leader. Like I said, it's not extended from the 21. It's not extended from the 10 weeks, so it can certainly just keep going. So that's why you follow price action. If it does push above that reversal pivot, if it pushed above that daily structure, then you have your long setup. Um, but I just have a hard time committing huge size after that kind of run. Uh, yeah, my problem with Cube T is so yeah, setup was there. It's very choppy now on the right side, um, and it's lagging the group. That's a problem. If you take Ionic, it ran kind of it doubled in the last month. If you take RGTI, Spaghetti Rigetti, it's just non-stop. So 285%. And then you take Kabti, which is just going nowhere. So you have to be aware of that kind of group leadership lagging um, action and dynamic, because if RGTI is the leader and it's super extended and the group corrects, then the chances are that you won't see QT breaking out. You will see that thing crashing down, while RGTI is just maybe pulling back to the daily structure. So that's the group dynamic between the leaders and the laggards that you have to learn. And yeah, that's why it's super important to be early in a group move, trying to be in the leader. I know it's hard, uh, but the setups should point you to the leader right away. But sometimes you don't catch it. You don't catch the leader, but you catch the laggard instead. It's part of the game. But you still have to recognize that dynamic between the leader and laggards. And when the leader is super extended and the laggard is setting up, then for me it's not a valid setup. Okay, toss. Yeah, I don't like that pullback. That's not a low volume, orderly pullback. So that big bar is a bit wide. Then volatility is super high. Um, I wouldn't play that pullback right away. So it was trying to stabilize, first touch of the daily structure, failed at the daily reversal and made a new low. So yeah, no, clearly it needs more time to digest and just stabilize. Um, yeah, I think there's a setup there. So I have CrowdStrike in Focuslist. I think it looks better. Uh, that's a bit choppy on the right side, to be honest, and even choppy on in that base, and even choppy in the uptrend. So yeah, my focus would be on CrowdStrike, to be honest, if you're trying to play that cyber security group. Net was looking good, but very choppy as well. So yeah, I don't know. I still think that CrowdStrike is the best play there. But a lot of chop in the group. So yeah, we'll see if CrowdStrike work. Maybe you'll see those other names in the sector like ZS and Net working as well. But yeah, there's a lot of chop in that sector. All right, so 928. That was a nice session. So I wish everyone a very good trading day. And once again, I will be in the trading pit if you have questions. Yeah, good luck, everyone. And yeah, talk to you soon. So goodbye, everyone. Cheers. Cheers.